Oh, pretty good. It's a tough day. I tried to work out this morning, but it's raining outdoors, and then I got a slow start. And I was trying to do. I did the warm up, did the first exercise, but I was having trouble getting my grip on the ground because everything was sliding because it's wet.
Yeah.
You have to push on the. You have to push. Actually, you have to push with your toes back while you're in that couch position.
Mhm.
And so I was having trouble. And then Raven was like, "When are you gonna be done?" Which means, he needs a room. So I was like, he's more important at the moment, but I just got to figure out another time to work out, like either tonight if it stops raining, or I may have to double up tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be making a lot of updates. Well, not too many updates, but just two updates to all the workouts for this week. So I'm gonna announce it in the group too because I want everyone to know what's coming. I've been testing this, this phase on a couple of people already, and I found two things that are really important about the toes. Um, that's been game changing for everyone. Not just like sitting on your toes, but now it's about learning how to actually push and hold. I'll show you.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to hear that because it's weird. My turf toe, I don't know what it is, but I have strength in that toe. But my other toe, I don't know. I don't recall. I remember one time my toe hit the wall. And I thought it was my turf toe because I'm right footed, but my left, I'm wondering if that was the one. But for some reason, I have no muscle strength, I feel like, with my left big toe.
Yep.
I switched to that left toe on that second exercise where you dig into the ground. I just didn't feel much, man. And I was pretty upset about it.
This will be crucial. We're gonna shoot this video
It
today.
was hard to watch them, but they were just so in.
Um, well, we already did it with Steve. But anyway, so this is the first thing that we'll be teaching you guys. And I mean, he has a tool too that he's using. You don't have to use it off the bat, but here's what we're doing. You got this mini band around the toes, right? And he's got the block between his heels. He's wrapped both of his foot to calves. And all Steve's doing right now is pushing down through his big toe. He's not trying to bring his heel up right now. He's just pushing down through his big toe and trying to lift all the other toes off the floor. And what should happen is what we're finding is that when people do this for a period of time, everything starts lighting up. Shin, glute, hamstring, just seated, arch. And you can really titrate how hard you're pushing through your toe. And what your body will learn over time is how hard to push through your toe to get your heel off the ground. That's what we're learning is that this gives people an opportunity to do this, which makes everything better. Like literally, like resting on your toes is better. All of it's much easier. And as jacked up as Steve's feet are, feet are, it's been making huge difference for him, like tremendous. Like he's feeling his gait like change drastically. He's feeling his feet getting stronger. Glutes are always on. So this we're gonna add in there, and also we're gonna add in. Well, we kind of already added in the other one, the single leg one, but I don't like the way it was filmed, so we're gonna change this one up too, which is
Mhm.
similar. Now you're doing single leg, but you're trying to do the same thing. And we'll give you progressions. Like the ultimate progression is getting your heel off the ground. First, everyone needs to learn how to do it just with the toe
Oh,
pushing.
so are you getting rid of that first one then? That first exercise then? Because that's what that is, isn't it?
It not getting rid of it. I'm making it a little bit more like um, regressive. And when I say by
Yeah.
regressive, is it's just enough for people to understand like this is where you need to be able to feel, and then how do you progress. That video that's on there right now is the ultimate progression, which I think I saw most people can't do that. So I decided to start testing the regression. Everyone's burning and dying off the regression. So I'm like, let's get them here. But the change is fast. Within one session, you're already progressed to like the next layer up. So
Okay.
that's the realization. I was like, oh man, we need to get people on board with this ASAP. So I'll film that today. That's going up to all y'all's documents. So you'll feel really good with that because it'll teach you how to feel the right stuff very fast.
Mm, okay.
So stoked about that. Um, I think really that is going to be the big revelation because so far for the 6 people we've tested it on, they were like, oh, I was just trying to bend my toe and get it to bend. Now it'll be more like I'm using it to engage X, Y, Z versus I'm just trying to get it to bend so I can use it. It's pretty wild. But yeah,
Okay. Well, let me ask you this in terms of the program, based on us doing, I don't know if I'm saying it right ever, but the Caesar,
yeah.
like phase 2 or something. So do you see yourself doing like a mild version of what this is in the earlier stage? If that's
I'm gonna move all this toe stuff we're gonna do in phase 3 to phase 1, because everyone needs to do that off the jump. But by the time they get to phase 3 and then strength and conditioning, their toes are gonna be just ready. So I'm seeing it in retrospect. I think it needs to go early.
yeah. That's funny, man, because I was thinking all of this too, dude. I was like, I feel like the toe should be first, man. Like,
100.
or near the front. But okay, cool, man. Well, that's cool, man. I feel like I'm only thinking like you because I've been with you, man. But I
Yeah.
feel that makes me feel good though about learning from you because I'm starting to think like you. Like that's great. Like that's a progression. Even though I'm frustrated with my toes, man. But yeah, I'm happy to know that.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna come first. Yeah, I'm glad, man. Yeah, I it was such a revelation that but Nick and I were like testing it. We're like, oh my God, this lights up everything.
Yeah,
And like my VMO is on fire, my hams, my glutes, my arch, my peroneals, my hamstrings, my middle back, my lats, and my subocciput. And I was like, holy crap. So something,
really.
the big toe seems to be tapping into a fascial line. And then I did it on Steve. He said the same thing all the way up. And I did it to Naomi. I did it to Joseph. I did it to Luke. All the people that are in our group right now. All of them are like, "Oh my God, I feel it up to the top of my head." Uh,
Mm,
and I was like, "Dang, a big toe controls that much." And then as I was researching the fascial line, I was like, "Yeah, it goes like a spiral. It goes around the calf, hamstring, glute, all the way up to the QL to the lat. The fascia actually travel in that way."
mm.
So it literally unlocks the whole chain. I'm like, holy crap.
Wow.
Okay, we got to work on this. Uh,
Wow. Oh, I'm excited.
so I'm
So
stoked, man.
what's crazy? So here's the other good thing. Like I know I'm frustrated, but when I was doing the exercises today, and I didn't even get far, because I got cut, but I was like I was feeling it. I was noticing over the weekend. I was like, man, my left toe, I'm starting to realize that it's not as strong. I was kind of sensing it, right? And then the other thing I was picking up on was like, so my right one, I can push down on my left. I seem to have more endurance with my peroneal area of my calf, but I can feel it though. The other side, it's like it takes a lot. Like it's like you said, that was another thing I picked up too. So at first, when I'm trying to engage my big toe on the left, it's just like I'm just sitting there waiting for it to fire, but I swear I'm trying. And eventually it starts taking over. It starts firing. But then what's crazy is it takes me so long to get going, but my peroneal burns worse than the other side, even though the other side I'm from the start, I'm engaging the toe and then it gets going. I thought that was interesting. Because I
Mhm.
would almost think that my peroneal wouldn't be firing because I didn't feel like I was doing anything. If you get what I'm saying. It's like on the weaker toe, I have less peroneal endurance,
I think
even though it
also,
takes me longer to get going.
I think it's a good point. I think we have to also consider something that we both have to consider here is that the etiology of the turf toe in the first place, like how did it happen? The mechanism of turf toe could be one of two things, right? One could be turf toe etiology is just like it is overuse, right? Like you use the toe in a weird way and it gets overused. But if it's over,
Oh,
Yeah. So if it's overused, it can get like more plant, but it's like it's weak in other ways. And the
Yeah,
other leg is not being used as much. So it's weak in a different.
yeah, okay, yeah. And I've known that with athletes having injuries contralateral side to
Yeah.
um what's going on. Yeah, okay. I got you. I got you.
Same with
Okay.
people with bunions, right? Like they think, oh, bunion equals weak. And I mean, they're not wrong. But it also means that they've overused it to the point where it's calcified and it's growing like a thicker bone. So that means that that side can probably get some dig. And the other side, which is just not being used enough, it's just kind of like stretched out and it feels
Yeah.
good, but it cannot activate.
Well, the other thing that's interesting is so, I want to jump higher and all that. So I was like, dang, my left foot is the foot I push off of to jump. So it makes sense, man. Like my left toe sucks. And there's no way I'm gonna jump if I don't fix this left toe thing. The reason why I can't jump is probably because my left toe. And once we finally get this right, which I don't know, I don't have the patience, man, but I looked some stuff up. They said there's three categories of people, like it's kids, athletes, elders. Elders take the longest to recover, but they can get their toes fixed. Kids are the easiest to fix because they're young. Athletes actually can change because they're weight bearing and they got um they weight bear more than the two groups. So like the weight bearing can accelerate if you
Yeah.
do the toe space stuff. I'm not really understanding. So why is it that toe spacing and they call it stretching? I don't get it. Like I get it where it separates from the two. Like it helps you like get this one independent of this one and this one. But why is it? What is it about stretching that makes you stronger? Stretching laterally.
So you think about you just think about biomechanics slash physics. You think of a knife, right? So if you think of a knife and a knife is cutting through something,
Mm-hmm.
um, and if your foot is the equivalent of a knife, where it's like really narrow like that, and you're cutting through the floor. Now, if you have a knife cutting through the floor, the amount of force being dispersed up the chain is not going to be very much because it's so centralized, right? So it's a knife right here, and then it gets cut off. Like maybe it goes to your ankle, but it can't disperse the force that well because there's not enough surface area of the foot to disperse all the way up. So when the foot is spread and then you push through, now you have surface area to disperse force all the way up the leg. So you have more utilization of everything upstream to help you perform the movement versus if your leg was narrow and unable to use the toes appropriately, that's where the force gets stopped right there at the ankle. And then the passive structures like the knee joint and the hip joint take over because the active structures can't do it. The active structures being the muscles, the tendons, and ligaments.
Yeah.
And
That's kind of like it's like if you had a leak in your house and your air condition is blowing outdoors, your other thing works more to keep it cooler. So you overwork the HVAC system. So you're overworking like all these extra parts that don't need to be,
yep,
right? Because you're losing. Yeah, I got you.
yep.
Okay, okay.
That key thing is like you want to maximize active structure utilization and minimize passive structures like joints, bones, things of that nature. Because most people, once they cannot use an active structure like the VMO, or they can't use the arch, or they can't use the anterior tibialis, when they can't use it, the body's thinking immediately, well, what's the next place I can gather it from? I can't get it from this muscle, so I guess I have to get it from the bone or the joint or the cartilage or something else.
The funny thing is, I can visualize some feet, but I wish I was working in a way, but I'd be curious, like, if Steve could confirm this. Whenever and he doesn't do it much because he doesn't work with adults, but he does do adults occasionally. I wonder if ever he does hip surgeries for these broken, fractured hips, if he looks at the feet of his patients and see how narrow they are.
I bet I'll ask him actually. I see him today. 10-15, but that's
Pretty sure I remember seeing that. Like these women would come in and their feet would be like this, dude.
oh
And
yeah,
nobody looks at that. They just like, oh, that's just old feet. But I was like, no, that's why she fell. That's
yeah,
part of
oh yeah,
it. I mean, this is fascinating, man.
yeah.
I'm really curious to see how I'm gonna feel with this toe thing you said because
I did,
my toe is just like dead, bro. It's
yeah.
freaking dead.
I think that's the thing we realized is like when we were trying to get people to ask when we try to get people to push to the toe and do movements, it's like they were trying so hard, and then I started to see a pattern across everyone where they're just like, I'm really trying, but there's no sensation there, and I was like, oh, and that's when
People having it in one foot more than the other, like me.
yes, all of them have similar patterns. There's always one foot that can kind of do a little more than the other. And that's when I went back and I said, I'm just gonna sit here and freaking just hold the ISO. And that's when I could feel the safety and the engagement. But if you're just sitting there right now, Joel, here's what you can test, right? So if you just take your big toes, keep your heels down, but take your big toes and
Wait, I
press.
got them in blue yoga toes. Should I take them out? Or is it okay?
No, you're cool. You're cool with yoga toes on. Um, I
The
would,
blue ones, the old school ones.
that's fine. That's, well, those might have to come off actually because they're too thick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
come off, yeah.
Yeah, I wear those more, man, when I'm sitting around because I realize that those toes that you recommend, they're good for walking and wearing shoes, but the
Yeah,
yoga toes are they're more extreme, bro, because they hurt my feet to a point. And I think the hurt makes me realize it's moving it.
yeah, fair.
But anyway, so when I'm stationary, I've been wearing the blue ones. But
Good.
anyway, so tell me,
So, so what you do here is you push your big toes down into the floor and lift all the other toes off the floor. But
mhm,
keep your posture fairly upright.
okay.
So getting to the edge helps. And of course, when you have access to a little mini band, having that around the toes helps a lot too. But you just push down through your big toe hard and lift your other toes up. Let me know what you begin to feel.
I mean, I feel it more on my right side than my left, but I do feel both arches.
Perfect. Now, all I want you to do is keep pushing down harder and harder through your toes and lifting more and more through the other toes. Keep increasing the intensity. And don't worry about your heel coming off. If it wants to come off, cool, but it needs to be coming off as a result of your toe pushing down, not as a result of your heel trying to lift independent.
Okay, the problem though, and I know this is an issue, is it's hard for me to not pull my toes. I gotta get used to that relaxation of my other toes though. Like it's just a step I gotta do. Like I know that's wrong because I've been watching videos from ballerina people,
Yeah.
and I'm almost creating my own hammer toe.
Mm-hmm.
The toes are curling up. They're not relaxed.
Yep. And the thing we saw with even Steve is that it's after a while of just holding it for a long time, those toes actually begin to extend. At first, they become kind of hammer like, and then
Yeah.
as you get used to utilization of the big toe and the arch starts to burn, that's when you'll start to slowly be able to control the other toes. It's when the arch can't work, is when the other toes decide to kind of scrunch down to help because it's like, well, the big toe can't do it, so I gotta help. But it's in the creation of safety here is what's going to give it support. But let me know what else are you feeling working here?
Oh well, the lateral edges of my calves are
Boom.
starting to heat up.
Keep increasing the intensity more and more. Just keep maintaining it. And this can also be done like the way I'm probably going to do it. It's going to make it a warm up for everyone every day. But also this can be done like throughout the day. I'm having Steve do it when he watches TV. I'm having Steve do it whenever he's like at the kitchen.
Yeah, that's basically what I've been doing too, man.
Yeah,
I'm so focused on this. I try to do as much toe stuff all day, so I'm cool with that.
it helps a lot.
I see my foot toes trying to get uh released. I can kind of see them slowly like releasing.
Mm-hmm. It'll happen over time. And then also, we're going to teach all of you in the group of how to walk on your big toe only. And I'm going to do a whole video on that for you guys, so you guys can start practicing that. And that's monstrous because your glutes and hams and shins and VMOs will be so sore just from walking like that.
Mm. Yeah, I've
Uh,
been walking to the grocery store on my midfoot, so I've already been practicing.
and like whatever you're doing now, like as you're pressing down and lifting your other toes up, I'll have you guys do even when you walk, even though it's not how I necessarily want you to walk for the rest of your life. It's how I want you to train so that your arch will get so strong just in daily living. Just because the arch needs so much stimulus to get strong, because it needs a lot. It's not like a pec or a delt or a lat. It's like it just takes so much energy to get it strong. What do you feel now?
It's like it's still the same lateral edges, and it's the arch. The arches are hot.
Nice.
Um, and like I said, I can tell my toes got better on actually on my bad side.
Yeah.
So than my right for some reason. My right is still scrunched up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't feel anything else. Like I don't feel my glutes or nothing.
Take a second. It'll come. And then usually it comes faster with the band around the toes, the little mini band, and the
Yeah, I don't have that.
block between the heels. But like even if you're just holding it now, it'll still get there. You'll eventually end up getting your hamstring, your glute, your obliques, your QL, your lat.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can go. I'll just keep my toes. I'll try to remember it while we're talking. We need to talk about
Yeah,
anything. This is probably like watching paint dry a little bit.
yeah. Nah, you're good. Uh, but yeah, man, this will be crucial, and you'll see this reflect tomorrow and all the different days. You'll see it all the time.
Okay. Cool, man. Yeah, I was looking at like what a arch really looks like, man. I just feel like that's so far from like I'll never get there. I hope I do, but it
With
just
this
seems
stuff,
tough.
with this stuff, there's no doubt in my mind you will. There's like I have 100% confidence because it's just like it's too damn effective. Um, it's just like even the weakest of feet, uh, even like Steve's feet, which were way worse than yours, I'd say. Um, he's making like big strides in one day. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's just time and retention at the right muscles. Um,
Well, that's cool because I mean, dude, I've been like a foot guru in 2 weeks, and I don't see nobody doing nothing different. Like
no,
you got some people that do it a ballerina way, but it's let's put the towel on the floor and do this.
yeah,
Wait on it to do that. Then then one thing which really was disgusting was I was watching this podiatry channel, and they're pretty much saying put orthotics on. Like I'm like I can't believe you're saying this to people, and it's not like it was 2013.
yeah,
It's like within the last 3 or 4 years, and I go, you guys are ridiculous. Like first of all, podiatrists aren't doctors technically, right? They're not, because I always had to do their HMPs whenever they came for surgery for their patients.
yeah,
And I mean, I get it, man. You want to feed the beast, bro, but like, it's just not what people need, man. They need to do this, and they need to at least know about it. If you don't want to do it, that's on you, man. Get orthotics all day, um, but like, let's help fix this problem, man.
yeah,
I
yep.
mean, my peroneal or perineals, they're
Fire.
yeah, dude.
Yep.
Like, I don't know if they're gonna last, bro. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to my VMO and keep trying. Like, I feel like I'm about to cramp out, bro.
Yeah, when you put your wraps on and you put the miniband, you'll get to the VMO and quad all like real fast.
Okay.
But the first time you do it, I mean, Steve also said it. He's like, all I feel is my arch, my lower leg, man. The second time he did it, he's like arch, lower leg, and then hamstring glute, and third time he did it, QL, lat, middle back, neck, and then fourth time occiput, neck pulling back,
Hmm.
which he was like, holy crap, my shoulder blades feel like they're pulled back. But yeah, man, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is probably going to be an accelerated, more accelerated than if you. It was funny, man. I was talking to like we're all into feet. We can't quite get Cayman on board. Like I'm like, bro, you gotta get you some Vivos, man. And he's all into fashion and all this nonsense, but he is like slowly paying attention. He's like, yeah, I do remember when my toes started curling up more.
He messaged me.
Yeah,
We wanted to get on sessions, and I was like, I gotta take a look at sketch because Raven wants to do twice now. So I'm trying to figure out. I told Raven, let's start with once this week because I gotta figure out my schedule. But I told Cayman first, you got to do all this toe stuff that you're doing right now, and once you finish it, then we'll get on a call. But I gave him the same assignment that you're doing.
hmm yeah. Cayman's confidence has changed, man. Yeah, my arches are hot.
Lit-
Um, he's like he'll come home and he'll say, "Oh man, yeah, practice. I did this," and it's like stuff that's like physical that's different.
Yeah,
He even said, "Oh, you'll love this, bro." So Cayman, the soft, nice guy Cayman is.
yeah.
Yesterday, I went to his game. I got there like a couple. They started early, so I ended up getting there a few minutes late. But this dude gets in front of him and tries to get in his way, bro. And he was just like, "Yeah, I can see Raven doing that. I never would have thought Cayman would do that, bro."
You're like,
So
that's boy.
coming home, right? And he was like, starts laughing, and I'm like, "What's he laughing?" He's like, "I man, I did something that I never do," and I didn't know. I forgot about the play. And
Yeah,
he was like, "Yeah, man, that dude was in front of me." And I was like, "Boom." He's like, "You know what made me do it?" He's like, "I swear, man, every time I do an upper body workout by Sabir, bro, I feel so confident in my upper body." Because he had done Friday's workout that morning or something,
yeah,
or he
yeah.
did it the day before or whatever. And he was like, "Yeah, man, I just feel kind of jacked up, bro." So he's just like, and
I
I've
love it.
been with no clothes on, like with no shirt, and they're definitely starting to. They're different now, man. It's not like before.
Yeah,
Like Raven would work out, and I think Cayman's ahead of Raven in terms of how his body's responding. But they're both like this next year, they're gonna change, man.
yeah. That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, so it's gonna be good. I think we're gonna and like they're already getting benefits without toe work and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
uh, it's
I love it.
amazing, bro. It's like hopefully like we're on the up and up now. Like
Well, dude, I'm excited about this phase for you guys because this one has been kicking my butt in the hardest way, but I feel like so much lighter and stronger after this phase. Oh, well, I'm still working on this phase. Um, and it's only been like a week's worth of it
yeah,
for me so far. So I'm excited to see what you guys feel.
okay.
Uh, I gotta rush off, Joel, to a client, but
Okay.
uh, let's talk again.
Look out for the update that you're gonna put.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. The other thing,
Uh,
so when I try to edit the thing, why wouldn't it let me edit? Like I put the thing in and all my edits are not on there.
really? I'll take a look at it and see what's up. I'm not sure
Okay.
why.
See you, man.
Did you get a chance to the invoice stuff work out?
I'm about to do it right now.
Oh, cool, cool, awesome. All right, man.
Okay, bud. See
Yeah.
you, man.
Hello,
Hello, good morning.
how are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I am okay. I'm gonna set my background differently. Okay.
Let's do it.
You have a good weekend?
It was a good one. I talked to my parents a lot about some of my emotional wiring.
Mhm.